Hello for whoever is watching this video. I haven't posted anything for quite a long time, right? But I don't have that, many followers here, so no problem. I would like to today talk about something that I am very into, that I have always been very into, actually, which is face reading, okay? Face reading for me is something that is fascinating. It's just fascinating. It's a fascinating, amazing topic that I have always been into since my childhood, my whole life. I have always been very intuitive when it comes to face reading. But after some time, when I reached adult life, I began to study the topic of face reading. Okay, I began to buy books on face reading, to watch videos on face reading, to learn from, the masters and people who know more and who really know about face reading. And I began to gain a more solid knowledge that I didn't have, because in the beginning, it was more intuitive, as I've just said, right? So today I have this very more solid knowledge that I obtained from external sources. But I also keep my intuitive approach to face reading, and that I use a lot whenever I do a reading, which is something automatic. I actually don't do readings for people. I don't gain money for, doing readings for people. I don't do readings. I just read people automatically when I see them on the street, or my friends when I'm talking to them, or people I've just met. It's something automatic for me. It's a reflex for me. And whenever I look at their face, I just analyze their face, and I kind of read it, automatically. It's a reflex for me. But I don't do professional readings, and I think I don't want to work with face reading, actually. It's a very good hobby for me, it's a very good hobby. But I just don't want to work with it, for financial purposes. It's a hobby, very good hobby for me. I really enjoy reading people's faces. And whenever I see an opportunity to help anybody to get a better life, or good moments, or I don't know, they're facing a problem, and when I see I can do something to help them with face reading, when I notice there's something wrong in their face, a line that there was not there before, I try to help them, in some way or another. Before beginning the actual video, I would like to apologize for my English, because I haven't spoken English for quite a long time. English is not my first language. I don't live in the US or in Canada or Australia. I am Brazilian, so Portuguese is my first language, it's my native language. And as I've just said, I have not spoken English for quite a long time. And so sometimes I may trip here and there in the words, okay? In the sentences. So in this video, I would like to present the meanings of each feature on the face. Okay, we have many features on the face. We have ears, we have the forehead, we have the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, right? All of these features, each one of these features has a meaning. They have a meaning. And today, this is what I want to present to you guys, okay? To whoever is watching this video. So beginning with the ears, this is a general, explanation that I am going to give you. It is not in any way detailed, because, I am considering only the general meaning of each feature, but there are other meanings actually. Each feature has different aspects to be considered, right? When you are reading a face, like the ears, for example, you can consider the length of the ear, the size of the ear, the size of the earlobe, for instance, for example. And all of these things you have to take into consideration when you are reading or analyzing a face, okay? But each feature has a general meaning, and this is what I'm going to talk about. So beginning with the ears. The ears represent the level of fear somebody has. The level of fear a person has, okay? How much fear does that person have in her life, in her personality? So the ears show this level of fear. The bigger the ears, the less fear somebody has, and the smaller the ears, the more fear this person has. And the more fear somebody has, the less of a risk taker that person will be, right? Because to be a risk taker, you have to be courageous. You have to have, a very small amount of fear in your personality. So the smaller the ear, we can say that this person has more fear and is less of a risk taker. This is a person who does not like to take risks, right? And either with money or with their body, right? The bigger the ears, the less fear this person will has actually, and the more of a risk taker that person is. That person is more able to take risks, either financially or with their bodies, venturing with their bodies, So this is the general meaning of the ears in face reading. The level of fear. The bigger the ears, the less fear. The smaller the ears, the more fear. Okay? Now, talking about the forehead, I want to talk about the upper forehead, the upper portion of the forehead, which in face reading means inheritance. And when I say inheritance, I mean gifts and talents inherited by the person from their ancestors. When I say ancestors, I'm referring to this person's parents or grandparents or grandparents. This person inherited, for instance, the ability to sing from their grandmother, from his or her mother's side, for instance, When you see bumps on the upper forehead, this person has gifts or talents inherited here, okay? Bumps on the upper forehead means gifts and abilities inherited. Whenever you see somebody who has a flat forehead, upper forehead, this person does not have gifts that he or she inherited from either their, mother side or father side, okay? This person will have to build and learn their talents and their abilities. But somebody who has a bumpy upper forehead has natural abilities, natural gifts that they were born with, that they inherited from their ancestors, okay? Going a little down on the face, we have the eyebrows, okay? The eyebrows represent many things, actually. Not only just one thing, but in general. I want this video to be short, not so long. So I'm not going to talk about all of the meanings of the eyebrows in face reading. I am going to talk about the most important meaning of, of the eyebrows in face reading, which is the level of anger somebody has, okay? The ears show the amount of fear somebody has. The eyebrows, in their turn, represent and show us the amount of anger somebody has, okay? The more prominent or pronounced, the more bushy, the coarser and darker and stronger the eyebrows, the more anger that person has, the more the reserve of anger that person has, okay? That person is capable of expressing an explosive anger, a very strong anger. Somebody who has weak eyebrows, like sparse eyebrows with few hairs, short eyebrows, eyebrows that are not pronounced on the face, is somebody who does not have a big reserve of anger, and is somebody, therefore, not capable of expressing a very strong and explosive anger. This person will get angry because he or she has eyebrows, right? Everybody has eyebrows. Eyebrows represent anger, the level of anger, because eyebrows are associated with the liver, and the liver is the organ responsible for the production of anger on our bodies. So everybody has a liver, everybody has eyebrows, so everybody has anger, everybody expresses anger, right? Everybody expresses anger, sorry. So, but somebody who does not have strong eyebrows is not capable of expressing an explosive, anger. They will have anger, but not as strong as somebody who has very prominent eyebrows, because this person has a very, sorry for that noise, I'm at work, I'm not home. In my home there's more silence. Here it is very, very noisy sometimes. So somebody who has prominent, bushy eyebrows that are full of hairs, and when they're long, this is more especially true, they have a large amounts of anger energy, and they are therefore capable of expressing more anger and to get very, very, very angry than other people who does not have very strong eyebrows, Now going a little more down on the face, we have the eyes, right? In face reading, the eyes represent firstly the level of openness of the heart. How open somebody's heart is to new people, new experiences, new jobs, etc. When somebody has very open eyes, I'm not talking about eye size here. I'm not talking about somebody who has big eyes, No, I'm talking about open eyes. Somebody may have very big eyes, but may keep them kind of closed, because we can control our eyelids, right? And we can put our eyelids down, a little down, and thus making our eyes appear more closed and analytical, right? But somebody, on the other hand, may have very small eyes, but may keep them very open, right? Controlling their eyelids. We can control our eyelids and thus make our eyes appear bigger or smaller, right? So I'm talking here about eye openness, not eye size, okay? So the more open the eyes, somebody's eyes are, the more open that person's heart is. Open to new people, open to new experiences in life. Somebody new that may appear there will not have to knock at their heart's door first in order to enter into their life. They're open. So anybody that appears there will enter in their life easily. This person is receptive to other people, to new people and new experiences. On the other side, people who have more closed eyes that are more closed, more squinted and analytical, don't have that much of heart openness to other people. Their heart door is closed, so somebody new that may appear in their life in that moment will have to firstly knock at their heart door in order to enter into their lives. They will knock first, and the person will analyze if they will let that new person in. The more open the eyes are, the more open the heart is. The more closed the eyes are, the more closed the heart is, the less receptive that person will be. People with very open eyes are receptive. People with smaller eyes, in regard to eye openness, they are not as receptive to other people than people with more open eyes. So this is the most important meaning of the eyes in face reading. Openness of the heart, how much open and receptive that person's heart is in that moment in their lives. Now let's talk about the nose. The nose in face reading represents individuality, the level of individuality somebody has. The bigger the nose, the more the individuality. And when I say individuality, I'm referring to the sense of self that person has. Some people have a certain impression of themselves as being more special, or as being more important, or as having more talents or more capacities, or as deserving more than other people, right? Because in their minds, they are more in certain aspects. So this person has more individuality, and the nose represents this level of individuality that a person has. The bigger the nose, the more individuality. The smaller the nose, the less individuality that person has. The word individuality here can be replaced by the word ego. So somebody who has a bigger nose has a bigger ego, right? Ego can be something positive or negative depending on the person's approach to it. Now let's talk about the cheeks. The cheeks are divided in two parts in face reading. You have the upper cheeks, or the cheekbones, and you have the lower cheeks. The upper cheeks represent the level of bossiness somebody who has prominent cheekbones, and the cheekbones can be fleshy, round and fleshy, or they can be bony, triangular, sharp and bony. In either cases, when the cheekbones are prominent, you have somebody who is bossy and who likes to tell people what to do. The more prominent the cheekbones, the bossier that person is. The lower cheeks, on the other side, represent how much you know how to live your life, how much you are able to give yourself pleasure in life. People with full lower cheeks know how to live a good life. They know how to give pleasure to themselves. They know how to experience and to enjoy the pleasures and the comforts of life. Now going down to the chin represents the level of will that a person has. Will. And the more will, the more the will of a person is, the more stubborn that person will be, right? The more will, the more the stubbornness. So somebody who has a big chin, a very strong chin, is certainly very stubborn, okay? The chin represents the level of stubbornness in a certain way, and the level of willpower. Stubbornness is actually the negative aspect of having a very strong will, but there's the positive aspect, as well. And having a very big and prominent chin will mean that you have a very strong willpower, right? Willpower to win against life's obstacles. When you want something, and it's something that you really want in your life, that you really want for you, even though there are many obstacles in your path to reaching that thing, to realizing that dream, the obstacles will not stop you from reaching your goal, because you have a very strong will, and that will keep you there fighting for your dreams, for what you want for you. Okay, so the more willpower, and the more you are capable of achieving your dreams. This is the positive aspect of having a very strong will, and the negative aspect of it is being stubborn. Okay, this is the meaning of the chin. Okay, the chin represents willpower and stubbornness. So this is what I wanted to talk about in this video. Again, sorry for my English. I think I tripped a lot when I was speaking, when I was talking. Maybe I did not express myself as fluently or as easily or in a flowy way, right? Because as I told you guys before, I have not spoken English for a very long time, so I'm having difficulties expressing myself properly, and having difficulties to talk fast as well. I think I'm talking very slowly, in order to talk better, to speak better, and not trip a lot when I talk, okay? So again, sorry for that, and thank you for watching this video. I know not many people will watch it. I don't have, many followers here, many subscribers here, but I will be very thankful for whoever watches it. Okay, so thank you, and maybe I will post more videos on face reading, detailed explanations on face reading here, okay, in the future. So, but by now, only this video, okay? Bye bye.